computer.
Trying to do this.
And okay. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me this evening. If you could actually, I forgot to mute everybody. If you could go ahead and mute yourselves, that would be fabulous. Thank you so much. All right, so love your life. I love titling this to talk about the Shaklee business because it's truly become the love of my life, one of the many loves of my life. And Shaklee's truly become a big part of who I am, and I'm excited to share that with you tonight. All right, so I need to advance. There we go. All right, so this is my family. My name is Cindy Williams, and I'm a mom and a wife of 2 boys. Been married for 15 years to Troy. My boys are super active. They love participating in a lot of different sports. And my husband's actually a veterinarian who works in the animal pharmaceutical industry. So he travels 75% of his work week. He's a trainer and a subject matter expert. So he likes to do a lot of that fun stuff. So my hands are full. I like to point that out. My hands are full as sort of a single mom as most of the work week. I also teach a couple of spin classes a week, and I also co-own a seasonal women's consignment sale event with my sister Dana, which happens 4 times a year. I like to say it's like planning 4 weddings a year. You know, while I wasn't working a typical like 9 to 5 4 years ago, I definitely had a very, very full plate. So I always say that Shaklee was like not exactly, I always say it wasn't exactly what I needed until it actually found me, is how I say it. Living a healthy lifestyle was always a priority for me. And funny enough, I'll talk about it in a little bit. My grandparents were actually Shaklee distributors for almost 40 years. So when I was presented with the proven products and knowing its history as a company and the fact that it was in my family for so long, I said, you know what, why not? What the heck? I'm going to go for it. And so I was looking, for greener cleaners. I was looking for better skincare, supplements that were proven to work together. And so I literally bought my business starter kit right from the get-go because I basically wanted everything in it and figured if I loved it, I could go ahead and share it. So the rest is definitely history for me. So you'll see here is my family on the left, me after one of my sweaty spin classes in the middle, and my sister and I at one of our consignment sales there on the right. Dana is also on my Shaklee team. She's one of my rock stars. So people are always, they're looking for different things. And sometimes it's personal, sometimes it's financial, and sometimes it's professional. And many times it's all of the above. So, when it comes to personal, people are looking for more time. They're looking for paid vacations. They're looking to grow personally. They're looking to live a healthier lifestyle and also to help others. I think that's a huge fulfillment people are looking for. From a financial standpoint, people are looking obviously for extra income because who doesn't need extra income? Some folks want to look to purchase a home. Others want to pay off debt like college debt or your mortgage or car debt or whatever. People are worried about their retirement years. We're all living so much longer. And so that income in the retirement years is super important. And also leaving a legacy. Troy and I always joke with our parents and say, please don't leave us anything. Just spend it and go have a ball. But I think as parents, we do want to leave something for our children. So that is an important piece. I do believe in a lot of people when they think about their financial situation. And then from a professional standpoint, even for those of us that maybe left a corporate job, we're still looking for recognition. We're looking for career freedom to do what we want to do, work when we want to work. We're looking for significance and what I'm doing actually making a difference. And being your own boss is like awesome. And then also, just really enjoying your work. I think that is just super important. So these are, some definite high points that people are all looking for, and something that I feel that Shaklee has given me in a lot of different ways. So people ask questions like, so what kind of a company is this? And how much can I actually earn? And then what do I actually have to do to earn that money? People choose Shaklee for a lot of different reasons, but we always say in Shaklee that we provide a healthier life for everyone and a better life for anyone. So truly, the best health and wellness products on the market. And then just this amazing life through the business, through the community that we live among. It's pretty amazing. So Dr. Shaklee actually created the first multivitamin in 1915. So we have a lot of credibility in this industry. And it's really exciting to hang our hat on that history. We also have a vision to become the #1 global wellness brand. That's global, that's around the world. We want to be the #1 wellness brand that people recognize as like it. We also believe in really building people. I feel like I've really become a bigger, better person through this business. And I seek to do that for others that join my team, and then others that are within Shaklee across the country, helping build them as well. And then we also have clinical proof that you can actually live younger, longer using Shaklee products, which is pretty awesome. So we have 4 different categories within Shaklee. And what I love about this is that quite literally every room in my house has something with Shaklee in it. So I'm able to, I'm able to have healthy nutrition. I'm able to have, products that maintain my weight, healthy beauty products. These youth products have been a game changer for my skin, and then a healthy home. So like I said, when I first introed myself, I was looking for better skincare. I was looking for greener cleaners. I was looking for a protein shake that didn't make me gassy, to be quite honest. I was looking for, omegas and multis and probiotics that actually work together in harmony. And I, certainly from a healthy weight standpoint, having products that can help me maintain my weight were important as well. So when we talk about our nutrition with Shaklee, we have some amazing scientific data that shows that we have double-digit improvements, which means over the people that we were tested against, we had double-digit improvements in terms of, well, I'll get into that in a little bit. We've also lost over 2 million pounds and 1 million inches using our Shaklee 180 program through our healthy weight loss program. And also, we've erased a decade of aging on our skin. So I'll talk a little bit about that too. And as far as our healthy home, it's Earth Month. And so I love talking about our green cleaners. And since its inception, we have saved 20.4 billion bottles from landfills by using our highly concentrated products and the way that they use refills. You'll see there, they have the dishwasher bag, and then you have the hard container to the left of it. And so what we do is we buy the bag and refill the hard container. And I had some pretty cool data that I've been sharing this month, and I can't remember exactly how many pounds that we are, saving from landfills by just buying like our Get Clean kit. So it's pretty awesome. So those particular categories are actually some of the fastest growing product categories across the globe. And they're at 3.7 trillion, those categories, and growing. So from between 2013 and 2015, we saw over a 10% growth in those categories, which is pretty awesome, which to me really shows job security. And I really love that I can, count on these products. And it's what people are seeking, what they're interested in. And so I really love that I'm a part of something that is seeing huge growth in terms of people wanting to live greener, people wanting to live healthier, people wanting, non-toxic skincare. So it's really exciting to me to be a part of something that is rapidly growing. Of course, the income is a huge piece of the puzzle here. And, since Shaklee's inception, they've paid over $8 billion in commissions, and they've created over 1,000 millionaires. One of the cool things that I like to point out is that Shaklee has never missed a month of paying their people their bonuses. So that's a big deal, especially in the network marketing field, where sometimes you have to kind of take one for the team and not get paid. With Shaklee, that's totally different, and just something that they've been very diligent about, and making sure that they are very serious about covering the cost of paying their people. We're also really big on community, not only within our Shaklee community, we like to call it our Shaklee family, but on the outside as well. So we're big global people. We're a green company. We're actually the first company to offset our carbon footprint to become climate neutral certified. So that means everything that we do that creates a carbon footprint, we then do something else to basically offset that footprint. So through our packaging, through planting trees, all these different things that we do is pretty incredible. Our corporate offices it's a green building. And in the way that they've done like the water, the electricity, like it's pretty awesome. Their garden in the middle. And we've also support those during natural disasters, during and after natural disasters. So we have given over 3.5 million in kind and cash donations to survivors of natural disasters. So when a tornado hits or there's flooding, Shaklee is there with our kits, whether it's, some of our natural cleaners, because as you know, when you clean up from a natural disaster, everything is going into rivers and streams and the ocean. And so all of our products are in harmony with nature. And so using those in a time of cleanup is essential. And we've also planted over 1 million trees. And this month, anyone that orders a Get Clean kit, which is our starter cleaning kit, Shaklee will actually plant a tree in your honor. So we love that piece. All right, so Dr. Shaklee, he's a pretty cool dude. He was a philosopher, an innovator. He actually started Shaklee at the age of 65. So he was not a young man. He was definitely getting up there. So at that time, network marketing companies were actually brand new. And Dr. Shaklee really did not want his products sitting on shelves. These products were made as close to nature as possible with no preservatives. So he wanted the people who used them to be the ones that told their story and to share them with others. So he compensated those who shared their story and the products through the network marketing business model as we know it today. And so he just was very adamant about not letting his products sit on shelves, because a lot of the products that we have in Shaklee have a lot of different uses. And it's exciting. Like we have an amazing Facebook group called Sharing Shaklee, where we can literally put in any sort of ailment or issue, and all these things will pop up, and with people who've used these products over the last 40 years, 50 years, talking about the different products that they use to help combat XYZ issue. So it's really fascinating and so much fun. And so he was just really, really serious about making sure that everybody told their story. And through those stories, other products, other folks then purchased products and then were able to tell their own story. So at the age of 65, Dr. Shaklee founded Shaklee in 1956. So that's what makes us a 60-plus-year-old company. So we literally have over 100 years of innovation. So you'll see there in 1915, he created Vitalized Minerals, which was the first multivitamin in liquid form. And then you'll see in 1960, we have Basic H. That's actually one of our feature products in our Get Clean kit. It's a multi-purpose cleaner that will clean your windows. It'll clean your grill. I put a drop of it in every single laundry load. We wash our dog in it. I got bike grease off my skin the other day because I had grease from a bike ride all over myself. It's a spot treat cleaner. I actually grew up on a dairy farm, and my grandparents and parents used it before they milked the cows. They cleaned their udders with it. So pretty phenomenal, but that was one of the very first phosphate-free, organic cleaners. So Shaklee was green before it was cool to be green, which is pretty cool. And then you'll see as we move along, 2006 we kind of transitioned the instant protein into more of a shake. We introduced Vivix, which is our high antioxidant product, in 2008. Right before that was our Vitalizer, which is my favorite product and a lot of our favorite products. Joint Health. I mean, it's just amazing. What I love about Shaklee is that they continue to innovate. They continue to add new products to our portfolio. We have a lot of products, but it all really comes down to just core nutrition, which is protein, vitamins, and minerals, which is how this company was founded. And so it's really exciting. All right, so I was talking a little bit about those double-digit markers. So what was so cool is that for over 20 years, Shaklee did what we call the landmark study. And this is where we say that we have clinical proof that you can actually live younger longer. So you'll see up in the upper right corner, we had 3 groups of people that Shaklee did testing with, and it was all blood testing. So there was the Shaklee users. There was a group that used one multivitamin or one particular supplement, didn't matter what, but something, one of something. Shaklee users used multiple products of Shaklee products, and then there was a group that used nothing. And so what it found was that Shaklee users had 11% lower cholesterol ratios. Okay, so that's awesome for heart health. We also had 33% lower levels of triglycerides. That's huge. Again, going back to the cholesterol piece. 36% lower levels of homeocysteine. So that is going to be your indicating brain health. And then 59% lower levels of C-reactive protein. So that's the stress that your body feels. And, a lot of times stress is what causes inflammation, and then inflammation causes disease. So really cool to see those numbers, and something we're super proud of. And because of this study, that's when they created what I told you was my favorite, which was the Vitalizer strip. And so that was a combination of a multivitamin, a B and C complex, omegas and antioxidants, and also a probiotic. Pretty cool. So we also have what we call the telomere study. So the telomere, if you can think about the little like DNA twisty things that we have, on the end of those twisty things are little caps on the ends of those little DNAs. And that is called actually a telomere. And as we age, or as our body ages, as our body ages, or as we age in health, those little caps shorten and shorten and shorten. And Elizabeth Blackburn, which I'll go to the next slide, is actually a Nobel Peace Prize winner in medicine. And she actually literally found the telomere. She figured it out, saw it, and it's pretty cool. Anyway, she did a study, and hers indicated that Shaklee users actually had a 40% lower rate of telomere shortening, which means our telomeres are actually slowing down at a much lower rate than others who are not using Shaklee products. So for instance, an 80-year-old Shaklee supplement user is projected to have the same telomere length as a 41-year-old non-supplement user based on a preliminary study. So pretty cool stuff. So here she is, Elizabeth Blackburn. So she likes to say that the Shaklee population is remarkably healthier than the general population, as shown by 2 studies, both the landmark study and also the telomere study. And I always like to tell this story. She actually attended a health summit in Switzerland with our CEO, Roger Barnett. And in this summit, they were talking about wanting a group of people, again, to do some sort of testing or something on. And so Rogers always wants to volunteer Shaklee people, his people. And so he was giving her the elbow, we should volunteer our people. And she looked at him and she said, no way. She's like, Shaklee people are too healthy. They're going to skew the results. It's spoken like a true scientist, right? So I thought that was such a cute story, and just really goes to show how healthy our population really is. So, okay, so what is the Shaklee difference? I keep on talking about how healthy we are. So really, what is the Shaklee difference? So really, we talk about 3 things. It's safety, that it's been proven, and that it's also guaranteed. So let's talk about the safety. I think this is a really big one. So we actually do 350 tests on all new botanicals. So that means that we test every single raw ingredient for 350 different kinds of contaminants, chemicals, that sort of thing. So even if these products are deemed organic from an organic source, does not mean that they wouldn't contain, different elements that might have some toxicity to them. We also do 100,000 annual quality tests, which actually indicates that, okay, we say that what's actually in the box is what is in the box, you know, in terms of the percentage of vitamin A, vitamin E, you know, that type of thing. And so that's where you run into, you hear all these different things where it's like, oh, recall on dog food, recall on Sabra hummus, recall on X and YZ protein. There's a lot of proteins out there that have been recalled because of lead or arsenic in their findings. So that's where our quality tests are able to catch those type of things. And we actually had a product, we have a product called organic greens, our powdered greens, and they were released a year after they should have been released. And that was due to sourcing our broccoli, kale, and spinach from a particular organic farmer whose products then did not pass our quality standards. So while Shaklee was super excited to launch that product, they couldn't. And they had to go back to the drawing board and find a new farmer to be able to source those three things from that would actually meet our quality test. So even though they're organic, they were an organic source, it still didn't meet our requirements. So that's why we call ourselves Beyond Organic. It's funny because our legal team actually said we can use that now because we do go actually above the organic standard in terms of testing. And we also do $300 million in research and development. So we put a lot of time and effort into R&D. So these products are proven. So Shaklee has been proven. We have 100 plus patents and patents pending, which is important to us as business owners because we want to make sure that what Shaklee has done cannot be replicated. We also have 138, probably more now, clinical studies and presentations about our products. We've had 144 gold, silver, and bronze medals at the games. These Olympians are not paid by Shaklee. It's not like an endorsement. What they're given is product, and they just use the product and they talk about the product. So they're able to get as much free product as they want and use the product. We have several that are like literally obsessed with our skincare, like cannot go anywhere without it. I've heard about having to overnight these youth products to them because they were out and they were going to get ready to travel, go overseas. But they love our vitamins, protein. The snack bars are a huge hit for them. You know, they're so particular about what they put in their bodies. I just read an article the other day where I believe a professional volleyball player, if I'm not mistaken, was taking a multivitamin. I can't remember what the company was, and she was tested for a level of some sort of chemical, and she was basically told she was doping, and she had to be benched and couldn't go on to play her sport at the next major competition. So she, you know, that's awful, and something that we've never had a product recall in 65 years. These Olympians have never been tested and found to be doping with using any of the Shaklee products. So we can really hang our hat on that as well. But we've also been on every single NASA mission since 1993. So that is one of the Kelly brothers up in space, and they absolutely love our multivitamin. That's the Vitalizer Strip. And they also NASA actually went to Shaklee and asked them to make like a super powered electrolyte drink called Astro Aid. So we actually have a product called Hydrate, which is what a lot of us use when we work out. But this is like Hydrate on steroids, but not literally steroids, for our astronauts. And so they need that when they come back, I guess, to protect, I think it's their kidneys. When they come back into re-entry, it's really hard on their organs. And so the Astro Aid and the electrolytes is really, really good for them. So pretty cool. All right, so third thing is that Shaklee products are guaranteed. So we believe in the safety and the proven performance so much so that if you are not satisfied with any of our products, you can send them back to us for a full refund, even if the container is completely empty. We will not ask any questions. So that is our guarantee all the time. There's no time limit. We will be happy to reimburse you. So I talked a little bit about Roger. So he is at the helm of Shaklee, and we just really, really adore him as our leader. He is quite the visionary, much like Dr. Shaklee. This is his vision to be a global wellness company. He is just at the heart of this company, just loves people, loves the world. He wants everybody to feel amazing and everybody to succeed. And I just really, he puts his money where his mouth is, and he has invested so much in this company, and it's really exciting to be working alongside him. And he likes to say that other companies count on you to create their value. But at Shaklee, we reward you for the value you create. And that's one thing I can talk about. We call our team Team Green Sisters. And we really create a ton of value within the circles that we live and exist. So whether it's our social media circle, our circle in our community, our neighborhood, we really, really try to create a ton of value and inspiration and education around everything that we do, just to inspire others to lead healthier lives and happier lives. And so it's really exciting that he also has the same the same value set as we do. And they always say it trickles from the top down, right? So, okay, so let's talk a little bit about income. So how much could you earn? So really the sky's the limit. And a lot of times when people come into Shaklee, they're looking for maybe an extra $500 a month or $1,000 a month, or some people really want to travel. So they want to get to that first level, which, as you can see in the bottom at the director level, you're actually able to earn a trip very, very early on in Shaklee. And that's called the New Directors Conference trip. And that's out in Northern California, near our corporate headquarters. And it is an amazing, you spend some time at the corporate office, you get some training, you get wine and dine in a vineyard. There's another outing usually somewhere, but it's a really fun trip to really get a really good grasp on Shaklee. We get to visit the Innovation Center where the testing happens and all the scientists hang out all day. And then from there, we're able to take trips to Mexico. So for instance, at the coordinator level, which is just 2 levels up, that's when you create 2 directors, or help 2 people become director. That's when the dream trip starts to happen. And I've been on 2 dream trips, and I'm getting ready to go on my 3rd next week, going on a cruise. And I've also been on the Top Achievers trip. I was really excited to be able to go to Peru. I went to Machu Picchu, one of the 7 wonders, which was pretty awesome. It's really very doable, very, very doable. As far as car bonuses, that's another thing you'll see here. But it's really how hard you want to work at this, and how serious you are and where your vision's at, and what you want. And really, we meet you where you're at. If you're looking to just pay for your products because Shaklee's kind of become a habit for you, we're happy to get you to do that. If you are looking to, put your kids through private school and you need like $2,000 a month to do that, we can help you do that. Very simple to kind of show you how that might happen. So it's really up to you and kind of what you're looking for. We are able to help you with that. So what are you driving? So at this house, our Shaklee bonus goes to our John Deere tractor. So at the time, my husband has a corporate car, and we have a truck that we use that's been paid off for years. And I have a minivan that's been paid off as well. So we moved into a new home on 5 acres, and it requires a John Deere tractor for all the maintenance and yard work. So we actually use our Shaklee car bonus to pay for our John Deere tractor payment. So what I love about Shaklee is that they let you do you. There is no pink Cadillac required, or white Lexus, or Mercedes, or anything like that. It is truly, they allow you to do you. So that's what we do here at the Williams house. So that is my son and my husband on the tractor. So Shaklee also provides life-changing experiences. I talked a little bit about Mexico. So down there on the left, you'll see my husband and my 2 sons and I as we exited the Los Cabos airport, being silly. Top left is Troy and I in Cusco, and near Machu Picchu. So we were there, such a beautiful area. And then of course, Machu Picchu there with a big group of Shaklee on the right. And then my very, very, very first trip down on the right-hand corner there at the New Directors Conference. Such a fun trip. Love it when my team is able to go to that trip. It's such a life-changing trip to to kind of see the corporate office, have your first, all expense paid trip is just pretty awesome. All right, so we at Shaklee talk about the opportunity to live younger longer, look younger longer, and then of course love your life. So I love that Shaklee creates a lot of really hot grannies. I'm just gonna say that. You'll see down there on the left, that's Miss Alice. I think she's like 83. How beautiful is she? And I actually attended our chairman's retreat with her we were in wine country, and she is just a doll and has been using Shaklee products for years. Just such a servant leader and just healthy woman, and just loved getting to hear her story and kind of learning from our wise women and men in this business. And then you'll see on the upper right is my team at one of our Shaklee conferences, part of my team doing yoga. And at every Shaklee conference, we do physical activity, and we get sweaty together as a family. So we do yoga, we've done Zumba, we have a charity 5K, and all of these particular programs go to support our nonprofit called Shaklee Cares. So I love that Shaklee always incorporates some sort of physical component to the time that we are together. So how does this all work? So number one, we want you guys to use the products. So that's Dr. Shaklee's whole deal. It's like, I want people to use the products to be able to share their story, to then help others, solve their issues or problems, or just do prevention, and then they can tell their story. So what we find at Team Green Sisters is that people start using our products and they start feeling better, and they're like, well, shoot, I'm going to tell so-and-so, and I want to tell so-and-so. And that's kind of where you start building your customer base. And then you teach other people to do the same thing. And then it's this beautiful ripple effect where you're able to touch a lot of different people by just you saying yes to that first step of just, saying, I want to share these products more than just inside the walls of my own home. So if you're ready, my suggestion would be to get started with a range of products. I love to span the product lines. We have great success packs that the person who invited you to this call can certainly share with you. And you can meet with them to kind of develop a personal plan. Like, what does this look like for you? Do you work full time? Do you have little ones? Do you have kids in school? Like, all of these scenarios are different, and every one of those scenarios are happening in our team right now. And so it's a great opportunity to just sit down and talk to people about, or talk to the person who invited you to this call, to kind of figure out what that might look like for you, and what a business like this might look like for you, and how you can fit it into the nooks and crannies of your already, I'm sure, busy schedule. So this is a bunch of fun pictures of our team doing a lot of different cool things, and being silly at conference, being on our dream trips, at smoothie parties, working out, getting sweaty together, just a whole lot of fun. So we would love to welcome you to our super fun, and I say sometimes crazy team, because that's who we are. Hopefully I've answered a lot of your questions, and if I haven't, the person that invited you to this call certainly, I'm sure, can. But I like to always end it by saying that your future will be exactly what you decide to make it. So really, it's up to you. We call ourselves independent distributors. And while we're on an amazing team, really it's up to ourselves to be able to really talk about Shaklee and build our businesses and lead our teams. And also that goes down to just being healthy and being positive. And so whatever you want your future to be is exactly what you decide to make it. And we are grateful to Dr. Shaklee for his wisdom and for starting this company. All right, so I'm going to come out of this. And does anybody have any questions?